This is the Fair Enough City podcast. Each week, myself, Denis Len, and
me, Roger Sullivan,
spend an hour recapping the previous week's episodes of Fair City, Ireland's biggest TV soap opera.
Why do we do it?
I don't know, but it's a true test of faith, friendship, and mental endurance.
This is the last call for the Carrickstown Express. Hop on, hoot hoot, hoot hoot.
I didn't agree to that. I think having your Christmas tree up at this point is actually an okay thing, and I actually like having my Christmas tree up.
Really?
Even though someone did say to me, when they saw my Christmas tree on the 1st of January or something, very strict like that, said to me, "When are you taking the Christmas tree down?"
Really?
Yeah, as in like you're a fucking monster for having a Christmas tree.
You are pretty sick in a lot of ways, but I wouldn't say that the Christmas tree was the main one.
No. Well, it's funny because you're the person who said that to me about the Christmas tree.
Yeah. When I was growing up, my parents, I think this might be a country thing, it was always on the 8th of January, you'd eventually take down the Christmas tree.
My mother used to, and I know you know her, but my mother used to just take down all the Christmas decorations like the day after Christmas Day as a punishment to us.
Really?
Yeah.
Is that why you...
As in like Christmas is over. Oh my God, that is why I'm keeping my Christmas tree up.
We've psychoanalyzed
you. Oh, that's weird.
We've psychoanalyzed you
live
live on
if
air.
you've got any problems, it all goes back to your families.
This is actually also associating another one of Denis's great fantasies, I'd say, is that he's always dreamed...
Wait, no, you just said, we're just talking about my mother and Christmas trees, and then you were saying another one of my great fantasies.
Yeah, let me finish.
All right, Freud, let's go for it.
Check it out there, boys. No, it was that Denis secretly would love to be Fraser Crane.
Oh, here, stop, lad. That is me to a core.
Yeah.
I would love to be Fraser Crane.
And you'd love to have his you probably know this because you're a Fraser fan. What's his show called? His bloody radio show?
No, I don't even know.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Fraser show.
The Fraser show. Dr. Fraser Crane.
I actually don't know. I'll look it up. I don't have a clue. I actually thought what you were going to say is you'd love to have his apartment, and yes, I would love to have his apartment.
Oh, you would, but you'd also love to have people phoning in and you'd be saying, guessing.
Nonsense to them, like. Oh, it's the Dr. Fraser Crane show.
You were pretty much there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
except I was making it up and I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
Look, if I could wake up in that Seattle that never, like, I want to live in that world that never existed. That's my biggest hang up in life, is I want to exist in worlds that never existed. Like, my favorite movie in the whole world is Roadhouse.
Oh,
with Patrick Swayze. Like, I want to live in that America that never existed.
Yeah, because that film was like ridiculed at the time, even for being... I love that film as well, but people thought
ridiculed for what? For being too good.
Yeah, they said this is now unfair. It has to be excluded from the Academy Awards.
No, they wouldn't do it because they're like, it's going to be a clean sweep.
Yeah, it would take everything except for special effects.
Yeah. No, that's the best movie ever made. Like,
really, Roadhouse.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie of all time?
The Thing.
Shawshank Redemption.
No, The Thing.
Is that really?
Yeah, I love The Thing.
All right, Kurt Russell.
Oh,
so
man.
I'll give it to you. Did you see the Santa Man Chronicles or something?
No, because I was worried it would be garbage.
Everyone says it's pretty good.
Really?
Yeah, but it's a family movie, so I don't like watching family movies on my own.
I would... do you want to watch it together?
No.
Oh, thanks. What I would like is...
Do you know what...
do you know what we should watch?
Do you know what we should do?
What?
Would you be able to do... This would freak me out. It probably wouldn't freak you out as much. We should watch the Santa Man Chronicles holding hands for the whole thing. Roger just took a drink of water there and nearly destroyed all of Eric's equipment.
That is...
I'd say he wasn't the only one destroying Eric's equipment anyway, by the looks of things. Eric's got a big smiley face today.
We found Eric out the other night.
Yeah, spotted him.
Yeah.
Out in Cork, out in a haunt of Eric's, all Reardons.
Yeah. And there were 2 women either side of him.
2 women, mate.
Yeah, 4 women in total.
I'd say he definitely didn't pay for them down the docks, but whatever he's going for.
Yeah.
A friend of mine actually, he said,
oh God.
He goes to me one day, he comes back, didn't know where he was the whole night, and he comes back and he says, we were talking. I think then a few of us were drinking that night, and someone brought up the women of the night down the docks.
Yeah.
And he said, oh yeah, he goes, I was down there one night. And a lad jumped out in a trench coat and flashed me. And he laughed away. And then we were like, but why were you down there? And he was like, oh, I don't know. Just going for a walk, 3 o'clock in the morning.
The thing I never understood about sex workers is what attracts them.
That's some statement.
What attracts them to large bodies of water? I'll never know it. But I was in your shop today.
Oh yeah, you're in Centra, were you?
Yeah, I was in your bloody shop. And lovely woman behind the deli counter. She was exceptionally nice. And
what's in a Roger roll?
What? Oh well.
Oh, first of all, you got a wrap.
No, I don't. You know me, and you know I'm quite.
You get wedges anyway. I suppose.
Get wedges.
I'm just trying to think of the most bland stuff inside in the deli.
Well, I tell you what I had for this is the breakfast of champions. This is the Roger breakfast. Now I had a little tub of wedges. At some stage, I felt
you told me your breakfast of champions was coffee and a lick out. Is that? Oh, it's changed to wedges. It's wedges.
Changed. Yeah.
Portion of wedges.
Well, there are kind of two sides of. I didn't want to say the lewd part of this, but you'd have that, and then you chase that with a tub of wedges
nice.
And a bottle of Pepsi.
That'd be nice, actually.
Pepsi was
like
reduced.
Genuinely, that would actually be nice to have wedges after that.
Yeah.
if you really thought about it.
It would ruin your fingers.
What? Carry on. You're in the deli.
Yeah, I was in the deli and I bought the. Now I felt a little like I was out of date because I said, "Can I have a box of wedges?" It's been so long, to be honest, since I got wedges. I didn't realize.
Did you get them in a flaming bag?
No, a tub.
Oh, a tub.
Like kind of a coffee shaped.
The tub is a fucking scam.
Really?
They changed it to a tub because they can fit less in a tub.
Really?
Even though I'll say this now and I might get arrested for it. But I was in that same centre the other day and I was heading up to a stag, being a mad lad. And I was heading up to a stag and I was in there with my friend and I said, "Oh, do you want a coffee?" Like, he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Large one?" He goes, "Yeah." Put up a cup, which I look down, there's three different stuff. Yeah. Put up the cup, fill it up, thing goes up to the fucking very top. I goes, "There's no room for milk in this fucking thing." Like, unfortunately, I had put a large into a regular size cup, went up to the counter, said fucking nothing, walked out there like the fucking Hamburglar, walked straight out of there, right? And they fucking chased me. But I got into the car and fucked off.
Oh, Dennis, big news for you.
No, you don't.
Big news for you, lad. Yeah, you ready for this?
Go on.
Denis can attest to the fact that every single time
I always have a problem with those sentences because you're saying I attest to something that I may not at all.
No, but you're about to. Sometimes I do use it to catch you. Like that time we were, I made it sound like you were incredibly right wing. But this time, what I'm doing is you will attest to this. Are you ready to attest to it?
Go on.
Every time I enter a shop, I beep.
You beep what?
Like I set off the alarms.
Oh, you do, yeah.
Yeah. And we couldn't figure out what it was.
Well, we didn't do fuck all to figure it out either. You like the beep. You like the attention of it.
Yeah, well, you may
I gave you a solution to this once. I was like, "Give me your jacket," and you just walk through, and we'll be able to identify what it is. And you were like, "Oh no, actually, we're a bit late."
No, because I was thinking.
And then you ran through it. Beep 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 beep.
I kept running back and forth through it, didn't I? Yeah, I kind of get off on the beep, but I was thinking.
You get off because you can't be caught.
Yeah,
you want them to catch you and then go, "Hey, I'm going to sue you guys."
No, it was actually a long con that every day was just going through and it was beeping to the point that everyone in the Tesco knew, "Oh, he's the beeper." And then I walked clean out of there with, you won't believe this, a Freddo bar and a Muju. Yeah.
No, you didn't.
I walked clean out Freddo bar Muju. It beeped.
You actually stole something.
It beeped and I said, "Lads, I'm the beeper," and they said, "Oh yeah, that's grand." Yeah. So it was worth it. Full year.
Actually,
full year putting that in. Effort.
Pop quiz. The episodes this week. Who bought a Muju milk in the supermarket?
Oh, my guess would be.
All right, okay, I'll rephrase.
Dara.
Oh, on the money.
Oh yes.
On the money, right? Dara's into the Muju.
Yes. But what I was going to tell you is I cleared out my wallet, and it turns out it was something in my wallet.
No way.
Yep.
What was it? A miraculous medal.
Yeah. Oh, I actually do have one of them in my wallet.
I know you do.
Yeah, and my dad.
I've been through your wallet.
Hey, what?
I've been through your wallet.
My dad recently got a shipment of 15 miraculous medals.
Really?
Yep.
No, he didn't.
He did?
Is that true?
That's true, and he was going to hand them out to people as he met them over the Christmas period.
What's a shipment like? That sounds like 10,000.
It actually came...
And that would probably come in a box, like a tiny box.
It was 15, but it came wrapped up in a bubble-wrapped...
Are we still talking about the miraculous medals?
Yeah, it came up... To be honest, it did...
Right, let's go through it. It was 15. It came in a box.
Yep.
And you ordered it from... Or your dad ordered it from where?
From his sister.
She makes them.
She has connections.
She's a miraculous
medal. She's connections.
She's a miraculous medal.
Yeah. What happens is they come in from Cuba, and she that's right. They're all made in Cuba, and then she launders them around to priests in the greater kind of Cork, Kerry area.
She makes a fucking killing, I say. She.
Oh, she makes a packet out of it, but she uses.
She makes nearly a £5 a month.
She uses it all to buy to pay for masses.
I know. I actually said this myself. I don't like when people do this when you think that someone else has said something. But I honestly thought you said or about to say formaldehyde.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. It's what I thought. For masses, formaldehyde.
Did you say firm asses?
No, I didn't. Any Fair City news this week? We haven't had Fair City news, I'd say, in about 27 years. By the way, welcome to the episode. It's episode 26. 26 weeks of this.
Fuck. That's
Yeah,
amazing, isn't it?
fuck is a new.
Yeah, woo! Did you? I will say that I did realize there's a teeny tiny little bit of Fair City news,
Yeah.
which is there's a new McCoy's and a new Hungry Pig.
I didn't notice the McCoys at all.
Really?
No.
The McCoy's is just in the last episode of this week's episodes that we're focusing on.
There was a nice bit of exposition buried into the introduction of the Hungry Pig this week, though, when Sharon got a phone call and she said, "We're in the new Hungry Pig."
Yeah, I did
which I
notice
thought,
that.
like, ooh, nice little slip
You
in
must have thought the Hungry Pig, like, there's no way that was fitting into where
it previously was.
Yeah.
Not hope.
No, they really fucking completely.
It's a complete. It looks so different. It looks like it's on Home and Away.
Yeah, no, I'll agree with that. Do you know what? It actually looks like the place that we had brunch in after Def Leppard in Dublin.
Def Leppard. Oh yeah, that was the worst place ever, though.
Oh my god, the queuing system. And when that guy, do you care to tell the story about the guy putting the?
No, look, lads, I've worked in the service industry, you know. But this guy
I
was
bet you have.
a fucking asshole. He basically he wouldn't even acknowledge the people that he was serving for about 5 minutes. So the system was that you go up, you order your stuff, you get a number, and you go sit down, right? So there's no actual like waiting on food other than milkshakes that were freshly made out of a jug.
Yeah.
And so his main job, and he was the manager, was to just pour the stuff in the glass. That's it. And so what he did was to this girl who had all been waiting there for fucking ages for him. He gave her one of this freshly squeezed thing out of a jug, put it on a tray, a very tall glass, and then he handed it out to her over the till, angled it down to about 30 degrees, and just spilled it all over her. And then he basically handed her some napkins and just said, like, fucking clean yourself up, you mess.
Yeah.
And also move out of the way because I need to serve other customers.
It was an absolute joke. And I think the best thing about it was that your friend Dermot.
Oh, poor old Dermot was having a heart attack. Dermot was looking up. We were waiting all of
He suggested it to us.
We were looking about 2.5 minutes. Or waiting in the line about 2.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And he goes over. Oh, thanks for that, Eric. He goes over my shoulder and he says, he's like, I found a new place. It's 7 minutes down the road. We can get there now. It's no problem. We can leave. And I'm like, if you can't wait 2 minutes here, man, you're gonna have no hope anywhere else. Is that it?
Yeah.
Nothing else to say.
No, I'm dead.
Why?
No.
All right, go on. We just get on with it.
Yep.
Eric, hit us there, will you? All right, so we've got 4 episodes this week, which might be a bit of a shocker.
Yeah.
We're into 2019 though, so anything could happen in Fair City. Anything.
Do you
But
remember?
Can we just keep in mind, especially for this week, that remember, whatever's about to happen on Fair City will not happen. Nothing ever happens.
Oh, I disagree with that. I think that's a bit unfair now, to be honest.
No, nothing ever happens. Any tension we feel in Fair City, don't worry, it'll all be wiped away because they won't do what they're about to do.
Well, here's something for you. You last year, if you recall.
Oh, here we fucking go. Like,
why do you assume everything I'm talking about with you is going to be negative?
don't know.
Okay, well, it happens to be negative. But last year, you highlighted to us that Fair City only makes a certain amount of episodes every year.
Mm-hmm.
And as a result, some weeks, they're just one short.
Yeah.
So you only have a three episode week or a 2 episode week sometimes. Or 1 episode week, the first week we ever did this.
Yeah.
Where are those weeks? Where have they gone?
They save them for World Cups and stuff.
So wait, so we won't get another one for 3 years, or
I'd say at least 3 years.
what?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And it depends on the matches.
And I believe this week you're doing episodes 1 and 3.
I believe you're correct.
And I'm doing episodes 2 and 4. Now Dennis was kind of caught last week because his episode 2 was was a full hour long.
Have you ever been caught short?
Never in my life. I've been caught long. I'll say that much.
Shut up. All right, so this is episode 1. Do you have the descriptions, Raj?
I do indeed. This
You do
is
not.
broadcast on Sunday the 30th of December. And the description, where am I headed up to?
Well, we'll bring you somewhere else. You're going. You know where you're going. You're going to the Cliffs of Moher.
Ooh,
You're
lovely.
into the Cliffs. I'll tell you a little fact about Cliffs of Moher, which I'm sure you'll rubbish and tell me is not true.
I don't know.
But there is no.
Oh, it's bullshit.
What?
No.
So if you go up to the Cliffs of Moher, it's incredible. It's amazing, right? But if you go up there and you go for a little pee inside one of the places, and you wait long enough, you will see your pee being carried off in a big truck later on.
That's not true. Is that true?
There's no like
Plumbing.
there's no storage system.
Are
up
you
there.
joking? They haven't plumbed the Cliffs of Moher yet.
That's true.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was actually up at the Cliffs of Moher
You
the
can
other
send
day.
it off the cliff, like.
That would be cool, wouldn't it? If they had like a little latrine.
You ever see the lads sitting on the ledges out there though?
No.
There should be a lad going around with a massive boot, like a
And
huge,
just kicking-
a comical boot, and just kicking him in the back and just what? Fuck off. So
I was actually up at the Cliffs of Moher the other day, and
no, obviously not the people who are killing themselves.
well,
That's
yes,
completely
yeah,
different.
yeah. You only want people that aren't killing themselves to be kicked off.
Yeah, obviously, yeah.
Yeah, but I was up at the Cliffs of Moher the other day, and you won't believe who I ran into there.
I won't believe it.
It was your mother.
Oh, yeah?
And she was taking the Ottoman Empire for a walk.
Oh, that's great.
And she was up on the higher. She was up on like the tops of the Cliffs of Moher, and the Ottoman Empire was down on like a smaller ledge. They were taking a walk on like a lower walking path, and I said, "Oh, how are you getting on?" She goes, "Not too bad." And then I said, "How are the Ottoman Empire getting on?" She goes, "Oh, I don't know." And then she screamed down, "Do you like it down there, boys?"
That's interesting. Really cool. I was actually up in the Cliffs of Moher, and the other day as well. It was weird.
You were not.
No, I was. Yeah, I was up
I
there.
doubt it.
And I couldn't get out of the car park.
Why not?
Well, there was someone in there. Doesn't matter. But let's just say it looked very like your mother, and there was a big line.
Oh no!
All right, so read the description there. You're up in the Cliffs of Moher. There's a lad. There's an American lad. He thinks he's gas, and he's sitting on the ledge, and he's taking a big photo for his Instagram. You've got your big boot on. You kick him into the back. He flies off.
He's down.
Definitely survives. And as he's flying down, you start shouting the description at him for this week's episode 1.
Okay, so about to embark on fertility treatment to save Junior, Orla's stress levels lead her to make a mistake over the upcoming opening. Melanie's grateful for Mondo's support. That's it. That's all I got.
Okay, so
that's all she wrote.
Episode 1, we're in the Helping Hand, which, as we all know, is the half charity shop, half
Everything.
mechanics.
Like, yeah.
We got Dolores, Orla, and Wayne. Wayne's World. One of my
Wayne's
favorite
World.
characters. So this starts off with basically telling us that Wayne is opening a new garage this week, and the plans are going to be mega.
And
he uses the word mega.
He does, yeah, and you're a big Wayne fan.
I love Wayne. Actually, I wrote down here as well, just to remind myself that I broke my arse on a seatbelt. And I needed to stress the dangers of seatbelts to people, right? So still wear them when you're driving, but when you're getting into a taxi, be careful that you don't ram your coccyx bone straight down on top of a very sturdy one. It was so sore that like I went really quiet, and I had tears in my eyes.
You know, I had a similar experience when I went.
That wasn't a seatbelt though.
Well, I was at a bowling alley.
Oh, yeah, it definitely wasn't a seatbelt.
I was at a bowling alley.
Was it out the back of a bowling alley? Or were you in the lanes?
No, I was at a bowling alley, and they had really uncomfortable seats, but in between it, they had like kind of an armrest, but the armrest culminated in a kind of a hard metal cylinder. Yeah, kind of, yeah. And I just probably rolled a strike because I'm at Boulder Strike.
And to celebrate, you're like, I'm going to impale myself.
And I was like, yes. And then I went to sit down, but I misjudged my arse. I don't have any rear cameras like the new Volkswagen Passat or anything. And as I
you're not advertising cars, again.
What? No, but as I went to sit down on I didn't have the safety features of the superior Volkswagen Passat on my rear end. So as I was,
it's not like you to be supporting German things, sure it's not.
What? No. But as I went to sit down, I sat down so hard and firm on that took 6 men to remove me. No,
Jesus. And you think you'd be grand, like with the arse cones and stuff that you have? They'd just slide straight through, like.
But I was like yourself. I was winded from it. I was winded. I had to go to the bathroom. I had to make sure I wasn't bleeding.
I'll put it this way, right? I was after a few drinks, and I was so hurt that I couldn't talk shit. That's how bad it was. Orla's going for IVF, and
she's not, is she?
Yeah, and she's also doing a 5K because why not? Why the hell not?
Yeah, do both at once.
Scene 2. Actually, I started jogging again.
You have not.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I'll say something now that is going to illuminate stuff for everyone listening to this podcast. Before Christmas, Denis had suggested to me that what we'd do is we'd come to the studio, we'd record the podcast. After the podcast, then we'd go for a jog and then go home.
Right, and are you saying that in a positive way or?
Well, I was looking forward to it.
Negative way?
I was looking forward to it, but then in the intervening weeks, Denis has just told me he started jogging by himself.
Also, we can't. No.
Yeah, and I suggested to him, well, what about us going jogging together? And he said, no, I've actually gotten really into solo jogging.
Well, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I saw you out jogging, and I've seen the shorts you wear, and there's no way I'm going with that. That's
on.
a G-string, Roger. Like that's not a short.
It's not. It is not.
It's a slashing. It's a
slashing. Yeah, well, yeah, and it might or might not say it on the front, spice up your life. But at the same time, I think.
Oh man, that's the kind of. I don't really like the attention when I'm out running, like, but whatever you want.
I actually think.
Yeah, but all right, it's grand, right? Wear the G-string if you want, right? But the crop top. Come on, do you really need to wear the crop top?
Yeah, I do, because you see, that's my motivation for me to make sure that I focus on my core as well.
But it has pump up the jams written on the back, like.
Yeah, it does. Yeah. Well, you're no good, because when I used to wear, listeners, I did actually, full disclosure, when myself and Denis were in Edinburgh, we went jogging together, and he wasn't happy then either, because I was wearing a sweatpants that had juicy arse written all over my buttocks.
Well, it just had juicy. You wrote on arse.
Well, yeah, because I thought it kind of they might have gotten the wrong idea if it just said juicy.
There was my favourite bit in Edinburgh was good night, Raj. And you'd be like, good night. You're going to sleep. No, I'm going to do 500 press-ups. Then I'll go to sleep.
Oh, yeah. Well,
You know,
it
just
worked though,
as
didn't
you
it?
do. Yeah. I mean,
I got that modelling contract as a result.
You're a unit now.
Oh my God. You'd want to. Do you know what I do now? I go to where I went to primary school. And now that, because I don't have kids and stuff.
You beat up the children that look like your bullies.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
What a Sunday out.
Yeah, it's pretty
So,
good.
scene 2, it's Carol and Robbie.
Oh, you're flying through this.
Carol and Robbie are going to the park for the day.
They're not.
Yeah, again.
They make it sound like they're hiding out in the park, don't they?
Yeah, they're doing a bit of kissing. And they're not hiding away because Robbie did the dirt on Haley.
Who would you rather go out with? Robbie or Wayne?
Wayne.
Really?
Robbie doesn't even tie up his tie, man.
I hadn't noticed that. Well, come on, Robbie though. He's
No, Wayne all the way, mate. Wayne's got ideas.
Oh yeah. You really.
Wayne's compassionate.
Okay, I'm putting this to you. You're in bed. You know, you got someone spooning you.
Wayne.
Who do you feel more comfortable
Fucking Wayne,
and
mate.
secure? Wayne.
Robbie would just overpower me every day.
What?
Scene 3, we're in the new Hungry Pig.
Woo!
It's fashionable. So there's a few new items on the menu. Did you notice any of them?
Hot dog.
The dogs, they're called.
They're not called the dogs.
They are called the dogs.
Get the dogs out.
DEDOGS, that's what they're called.
Who let the dogs out?
The dogs.
The dogs.
There's also mushrooms there. I don't know
Oh,
if
just
you've
a
ever,
full
but they're called
menu of mushrooms.
they're called gorilla mushrooms.
Wow.
You ever had those?
No. I'm surprised that also that Bob would have mushrooms, considering that he ate mushroom pate last week and got violently ill from
I
it.
don't know. It's like the storylines don't matter or something. It's
Yeah,
weird.
yeah. Do you know what? It's a bit early in the podcast to be talking about what we're going to have afterwards. But do you feel like getting a milkshake?
Afterwards,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
This better not be one of these things now where you say, "Oh yeah, we'll get spicy chips," and then I go out there, I get 2, you watch me eat them, and you don't eat any of them.
No.
But you do get very satisfied from it, so it's kind of weird.
Mm.
Do you know what I love about the Hungry Pig though? In a
What?
genuine way, it's actually a class set. They did a great job of a new Hungry Pig.
Yeah, I'll tell you that much. It actually makes the old one look like shit.
Yeah, the old Hungry. It's basically going from Burger King to McDonald's. Like, it's amazing.
Whoa, you've done that the wrong way around.
Oh shit, I have. No, Burgerland. Burgerland was the name of the place in my hometown.
Really, Burgerland?
Yeah, it was all orange, like not static seats, but you know what I mean? As in,
Yeah.
like, they're units.
They're
Like,
not like the kind of comfortable leather interior you'd
no,
find in a
they're
Volkswagen
they're
Passat.
made out of the same material as slides. That's basically it.
Are they like baby seats but made for adults?
Yeah,
Have you ever climbed into a baby seat as an adult?
yeah.
Oh, it's an ordeal.
Fucking in there for the whole weekend.
Oh, it
Couldn't
was
get
a
out.
nightmare, wasn't it?
Couldn't get out. Burgerland we had in my hometown.
Do you rather McDonald's or Burger King?
Burger King.
Of
There's
course.
no comparison.
Yeah, definitely.
Angus burger 27 days of the week.
Oh.
When we were over in America doing the road trip, we were so fucking poor
Mm.
and we needed to save money for disgusting alcohol that we used to go into the Burger King Savor menu, and
Ooh.
each day you'd wonder, will I get 3 burgers, 2 chips and a drink, because that's all you're going to get for the whole day,
Yeah.
or would you get 4 burgers, 2 chips and a drink?
I'd go 4 burgers.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Really?
After
Oh.
21 days of doing it.
Wow. As you know, is this how you got so buff? Is it?
Yeah.
All that protein and bread.
Mm-hmm.
I don't eat meat anymore. I'm reformed, but I will say that Burger King, if the Burger King near you has the veggie burger option, it is delicious.
You're doing a serious amount of fucking advertising today.
I am not.
All right, so Bob and Ray are getting married on Sunday. So we're in scene 4, right? We're in Vino's, which is the lovely wine bar, which didn't get a makeover and still has the
No.
same specials. I think they're Christmas festive specials.
Do you know what? They never tell us this whole week. I'm going to spoil it. I don't think they address how Paul Brennan's doing.
Paul Brennan. Oh yeah, his
had an
his
appendectomy.
appendix nearly burst and he was nearly killed, but I'm sure he's gone.
Yeah.
So this is is this the
Are you okay?
the silliest storyline that's been in Fair City in a while, where Farah and this doctor guy, what's his name?
Oh, Shane.
Shane. Shane is going back to Syria,
Yeah.
to war-torn Syria,
Oh no, come on. He's going 10 miles from Syria on the Turkish border. That's what they set up.
which is even worse.
Yeah.
And so Farah is going to go over there, and she says, I'm done with wedding photography, so I'm going to head off to Surak.
And she keeps saying as well, I'm trading stacking baked beans for Syria. As if I think any Syrian refugee would take stacking baked beans in a fictional suburb in North Dublin over actually being a refugee any day of the week.
In 2015, there was a bombing there, and 33 people were killed and 104 were reported injured.
Oh,
So,
I'm telling you, if that happened...
I mean, that'd be practically like a wedding in Ireland.
Oh, that's awful.
I know, yeah. But
If that happened... Oh, I'd tell you what I'd pay to see. If that was the storyline in Fair City.
what?
If they did a bombing in...
I'm sure they
Carrickstown.
have. I'd say they probably have at some point.
Do you remember when we were younger? I think you've mentioned this as well, that in Emmerdale, They intentionally
wiped out all the cast. Yeah.
so that they could get all young, hot
Yeah.
people. It's a
Mm.
good choice.
Do a plane crash in Fair City.
Hey.
All right, scene 5 in a helping hand. Ray can't smile, but he's being made smile for the opening of the garage.
Yeah, I love Ray.
I want to get into this
I
actually.
think Ray's a lovely man.
So Tommy is doing the IVF with Orla, and Orla is not Tommy's husband. Wayne,
wife.
or wife.
Oh, sorry. No,
Yeah.
you were right.
No, it doesn't matter. But
Yeah.
anyway, Wayne and Orla are together, and Tommy is not involved. But Tommy is the father of Wayne and Orla's first kid.
Yeah, and you might think that sounds confusing, but it is.
It's perfectly acceptable in Carrington and in 2018. And so in this, Tommy is now going to volunteer for the IVF again with Orla, so they have a chance of saving the first kid. What's his name?
Junior,
classic. And Orla is kind of keeping Wayne out of the loop.
Yeah.
And texting Tommy about, the IVF and all
Are you going
to
to talk about Wayne's suggestion?
Wayne
suggests that I just feel like maybe we should have a WhatsApp group chat.
Yeah.
And Orla freaks out and says, "What would we call it? IVF buddies?"
I didn't.
Oh
pick up on
my
that.
god! Yeah.
But I actually think that's fair enough, though. That he should be included, isn't it?
Oh no, it's fair enough. But just
Like, considering he will be raising that child.
that's true. If I'd probably go with IVF buddies as well. What would you name the group chat?
Oh, nothing.
You wouldn't name it anything, no.
I wouldn't name it anything, and I wouldn't even talk about it. Scene 11, we're in the station. Wayne is hitting the orange juice because he needs a group chat for the IVF. And I also wrote here, but I did do this quite late. I said a real twist in this story is after they do the IVF, if the child came out with Paul Brennan's head on.
Oh.
And Paul Brennan had to play it through one of those, like fake baby kind of things.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, but would you even know? Because most babies look like Paul Brennan.
That is true.
That's why I like babies so much.
Oh, I have. Did you know Sorok, this place we're talking about?
Yeah.
Have you ever played Torok?
Oh, yeah, on the Nintendo 64.
Yeah, that was a dinosaur game, was it?
Yeah.
And you're hunting dinosaurs.
Yeah, you're on an island where it's like, it's one of those islands that dinosaurs never died off on. You know those?
Oh, actually, I also want to bet €1 million at this stage because I'll be honest with you, Roger, I haven't seen episode 4 of this week. But
This morning you texted me and you said, everything ready to go, watched all the episodes.
No, I said all my homework done. It's different. I had my notes done. But I absolutely bet you €1 million that she will not go to Sorok. Now, you might know differently.
You bet me €1 million.
€1 million.
I'll take that bet.
All right, Grant.
You're fucked.
Well, here, but she even if she goes today, she'll be back next Monday. Like
No, it still counts. Still
for good.
No, you
she
didn't
has to
say
go
for good. You didn't say for good.
For good.
Jesus. And how do you plan to pay me the million?
I just want to.
How do you want an idiot?
In 10 cents. I just want to say this about it. Scene 16, we're in the station, and it's Melanie Mondo. And Melanie.
And they meld together, don't they?
Up.
Don't they meld together?
Melanie breaks
Mondo.
Mondo's heart again because he wears a suit to this drink.
Oh.
And Melanie's in the same clothes. And Melanie
It's
knows.
killer,
So she's
isn't
like,
it?
this is just a drink. Even though I think she's being a little bit unfair, to be
What?
honest.
Do you think, though?
Well,
come on.
Mondo went in for a kiss.
Yeah.
And then Melanie goes, I want to buy you a drink later. And Mondo goes, no, it's fine. Don't buy me a drink. And then Melanie goes, no, I want to buy you a drink. And then Mondo's like, oh, no, okay, cool.
No, I think... Well, we're getting to the worst bit ever in later episodes.
So anyway, there's he says in this, like, Melanie's like, look, I'm not interested. I'm too busy at the moment. Here, can you stop looking at my notes there, please? Thank you. And she says, he says, we could go slowly. And I just think, Jesus Christ, right? And that gave me like
You've said that.
A horrible memory.
You've said that to me.
Yeah, I have, yeah. But that was doesn't matter. But I once said to a girl.
Oh God.
I once said to a girl that when she was breaking up with me, that I said I was like, in 20 years' time, you'll wake up and you'll realize this was a big mistake.
Holy fuck, you didn't.
Yep. All right, so that's the end of episode 1. And that was a big treat for us all.
Good job, man. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
I'd say you nearly got through 4 scenes.
Yeah, nearly did. So what was your title for that episode?
My title for that episode was No, I Want to Buy You a Drink Later.
All right, cool.
You know, that's the way a lot of my titles are just whatever the last sentence you said.
It's like you haven't prepared them at all, even though they've been a bit for 26 episodes.
26 years.
26 years.
You know, someday you'll look back on you addressing that to me and you'll think, oh, that was a big mistake.
And I'll say, how did that ever happen to him?
Yeah.
And then I'll pull out the newspapers that you're on the front of and be like, God, never saw that coming. I can't remember. What's the other stupid thing I said?
You asked me what my mental health
Oh,
is
yeah.
like.
How's your mental health at the moment?
Yeah, it's grand, yeah.
Grand, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Sure, it was your episode.
It is, but no, you're being thrown in the shitter here. So, episode 2, you're up in the Cliffs of Moher still. You've just done a huge one in the
What?
You've just done a huge one in the bathroom.
Have I had a bit too much coffee in the morning?
You've done a huge one, and I'm not talking about your mum. And the truck is coming to collect it.
Yeah.
And
Can I tell you something, listeners? Right?
Oh, here we go again.
Dennis said to me before, he goes, Roger, now you are going to have to. I think it would be better if you swore.
I swear to God, we have this conversation every 2 or 3 episodes,
Yeah.
and then I have to clarify the difference between what I mean.
Well,
So go on, make your point.
you go, you have to watch what you say sometimes and maybe swear a little less on the podcast and stuff. And then you start a story with the alleged incestual infidelities of me and my mother, yeah?
Well,
Do you see now? Do you maybe spot
all right. So obviously there's
where the stray F word might be?
a bit of fiction.
Even Eric is looking. He's nodding.
There's a bit of fiction obviously involved in my mother sitting on the entire Ottoman Empire. So then I think that people can, obviously there's a tiny bit of fiction involved in the other story, and alluding to things that your man may or may not be doing in a car park in the Cliffs of Moher.
Well, you lost us, the listener.
But there's a difference between doing that and then saying things about people that exist and basically getting us done.
Well, I'll acknowledge that.
I can't even. But remember there a few weeks ago when you said that we should do something to someone's grave and we had to get it out of. Eric nearly had a heart attack. That's different.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Oh no, I'll acknowledge that. Yeah.
All right,
So where am I anyway?
You are in the Cliffs of Moher. Oh yeah,
I'm in them.
No, the truck is coming up
Yeah.
because all those shops and stuff are built into it. The truck is coming up and they're taking out your log and you read them the description as thanks.
Okay. Well, Anto and Orla have car trouble. Melanie faces the painful reality of life with Jane. And Renee gets some difficult news. And this was all broadcast on Tuesday, the 1st of January. So this is the New Year's episode. New Year, new me.
What are you doing new this year, so?
This year?
Being less than annoying prick. Oh, no, I was only joking. I was only messing.
So this year, New Year's resolution, immediately I thought, bang, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start watching all my episodes of Fair City as they come out in the week. Haven't done that yet, but we'll see how that goes. Next one was going to be, do you know what? I'm going to try and be nicer to Denis. And when he asks to hang out, I'm going to actually hang out with him and I won't make up stories like I usually do. He still thinks I have a girlfriend. And what I'll do is I'll go jogging with Denis. And then he ruined that as well within... So
we've already talked about why we can't go jogging. If you change your attire, then maybe.
Oh, come on.
I mean, at least lose the crop top.
Okay, can we debate this off air?
Yeah.
And we'll come around to a decision, or we can wear the same thing. But scene one anyway.
We'll put a picture of you in that up on Instagram and see what the people
okay,
think.
if it gets how many likes? If it gets
1 like.
If it gets 1 like,
If
you'll go
one
jogging.
like, you have to wear it to work.
I can't do that again. So scene 1, Wayne gives Ray computer lessons over the phone, and then he meets Orla and Tommy, and they have a few real IRL IVF chats. And I think
I feel really bad for
Wayne.
It's one of the saddest things. No, I feel really bad for older people or any person that can't really use a computer.
Oh,
I think it's one of the most depressing things in the world.
The other side of that storyline that you've chosen, you've gone, that computer lessons thing is sad. The other side of that storyline is a couple having IVF so their child doesn't die, and you've thought computer lessons.
People who haven't done the UCDL is pretty sad too.
That's, you know what? I'm going to concede. Scene 2 then, Shane has a hangover, Dr. Shane, and Heather actually tells Farah that she has to tell Renee that she's going to...
Shane as a character, right? Not as an actor, but Shane as a character is...
There's nothing there.
Like, devoid of anything.
What's that stuff that you put into... do you know they're like... You put them into packaging to fill it out when stuff is fragile.
Oh. I call them artificial flumps.
Artificial flumps. Is that their...
That's actually the technical name for them.
Oh, okay. Because I would have called them, if I was... I would have made up something silly like packing pellets, but I didn't know they were called artificial flumps.
Artificial flumps,
yeah. That character is an artificial flump.
Oh, he is.
That's all he is, yeah.
Just... Like, this guy has seen some things out in Syria, and swear to God, it'd be like... You swear the guy's never gone up to the shop, like...
Oh, yeah. Like, he's the kind of guy that you wouldn't suggest maybe you play Buckaroo because you don't know if his heart could handle it.
I'm absolutely starving, mate. Do you think we can get Eric to go and get us milkshakes?
Eric?
Where does he go? He goes away for like 20 minutes.
Did you ever see him do that thing where do you remember one night we were leaving before Christmas, and we said, oh, see you, Eric, and then he pressed his button, so he talked to the studio, and he said, oh, I'm actually just going to nip downstairs. And then he did a thing where he was like pretending to walk down the stairs in front of the glass.
Got into his sleeping bag.
Yeah, it was kind of.
I don't know why he does that.
Yeah, I'd say it's just a big laugh for us or something. But in the next scene, then you see. Actually, it's not the next scene. It's a few on. Mondo is helping Melanie move into Jane's house because they've agreed a rate where she's going to start living with Jane for $1,000 a month.
$1,000 a month, yeah, cash in hand.
Yeah, cash in hand, and she won't let her do housing. What's that? HAP. The housing.
She's not allowed to do any sour business in there.
Yeah. So she's not allowed to have a boyfriend either. So Jane, a woman who 2 weeks ago was sympathizing with Melanie about the fact that landlords can be absolute scum because her landlord we never saw was apparently like some sort of big pervert guy.
I put it this way: if you can imagine, like, the front line of a Roman army. So I don't know how many people are in that. Let's say there's 1,000.
Yeah,
that's how many different versions of each character there is.
You think so? Just based on whatever they need.
Yeah,
that's fair enough. Yeah, I think that probably makes sense. So so Jane's just evil, and she's. I don't even know. It's not very clear if they are getting 2 separate rooms in the house.
You know what I can't. You know what's never clear in this. I can't figure out who the hell I'm meant to sympathize with.
Yeah.
I don't know, like.
We find out that Huey's a previous addict as well, and they don't tell us what.
Huey's sound in this. He helps out Melanie.
Yeah.
But then Melanie's kind of nasty to Huey.
So Huey does make a balls of a few things, but he has best intentions.
But like Jane a few weeks ago was trying to repair the bridges with her estranged son who'd just come home and who has now gone to Leitrim or something with...
Really? With Tessa?
Tessa, I don't know. There was talks of Leitrim with Tessa before. But anyway, so she was trying to mend the bridges. And now here's a woman, Melanie, who she knows on the street. And she's basically homeless with her teenage son. Yeah. Who is younger than her son. So, like, they could still have a good life together.
Yeah.
And Jane has no sympathy towards this whatsoever.
No, Jane just decides, I can make a quick buck.
Do you see that scene? I think it's actually in my episode where Alex is playing the guitar.
Alex is
playing the guitar and he's got headphones on.
Yeah.
And he's obviously strumming electric guitar, so it's still making noise. And then he's also kind of, humming along to whatever song he's playing.
Yeah.
And she gets up, takes the headphones off him, and into his ear goes, "You're vocalizing."
Yeah.
Such a...
ridiculous. But this is the worst part of any of the episodes this week is...
That's a big call.
Wait till you hear this. Is where Armando is helping Melanie move in to Jane's place. And he finds Alex's guitar and he plugs it in, and he does what I can only describe as the worst guitar miming I've ever seen in my life, and it plays like this ridiculous
Mondo,
yeah. Jesus Christ!
What does he play?
He just plays nothing, but it sounds like
November Rain.
Yeah, pretty much. They might as well have just started pumping November Rain in through the building, and it just makes me.
How far off is he in terms of?
He's a million miles off. And they use the weirdest guitar drop sound the whole way through this. It doesn't sound. You could easily just strum a chord, any chord on a guitar, or strum the open strings of a guitar.
What are they playing? It's a Fender Stratocaster or something.
Yeah, some sort of kind of rip off. Yeah.
But I have a knockoff Gibson SG that I never play, and it has dust on it. And I got into my head again today. I was like, you know what though? If I bought a real SG, then I'd probably play it.
No.
I will though. When we get the merch thing up and running, and we've got a Patreon or whatever, and we fool people into
Patreon. When we have a petri dish.
Yeah. When we get that up and running, and we fool people into giving us money, I'll buy a real SG, but just to hang it on the wall.
Yeah, you won't actually play it.
And I'll kind of make up a story. Then if people come in and they go, "Oh, do you ever play that?" And I go, "No, not since that solo in 2011."
I don't know. I could picture you saying, "Oh, that's Jimi Hendrix's SG or something."
Yeah.
But every time it's a different guitarist.
Yeah, I'd say that to the right woman. No.
Oh.
Do you know?
Right woman.
Do you know what? One night, one of my best lines.
One of your best lines.
One of my best lines
on a woman, is
listen
it?
On a woman, on a female.
You make me sick.
I said to her I couldn't go home because my house was haunted. But the weird thing is that there actually was a bit of truth in that.
Yeah.
Because the 6 people who were living in my house had actually seen a ghost inside there. So on a technical, non-technical level,
it was the last girl that you tricked home with that line.
I didn't say trick, no, Roger. That's a whole different kettle of fish.
Did you end up going back to hers?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Were any ghosts in hers? No.
We did a bit of kissing.
Ooh, really? I'd say it's a kind of a close encounter of the of the fourth kind, was it?
The foreskin.
All
right, come on.
Do you
We're
know
getting away in the snow. Eric is not happy with that.
Dr. Squeeze bought a T-shirt the other day that was reduced from Halloween. It was how much would you pay for this T-shirt? And keep in mind now, Dr. Squeeze does not have a single T-shirt with like any slogan or anything written on it ever. So this to her must have been so funny, so unbelievably brilliant that she's like, this is the one that's going to make me buckle and buy this T-shirt. It was a T-shirt with a picture of a tiny ghost on it, and it said, "I only came here for the booze." BOOS.
Oh, brilliant!
Yeah.
I'd pay any sort of money for that.
She paid €1 for that T-shirt.
€1. Brilliant.
€1 too much, I would say. Horrific T-shirt.
What's her bedside manner like?
Horrific.
Horrific. Does she ever go full doctor on you? Do you know, like?
No, she won't, and I've asked her to. And she just won't. She won't bring home the utensils.
You're just like, every time she comes home, you're like, I think there's something wrong with my prostate there. Could you
Yeah,
have a look?
Could you just make sure?
Could you use this here and have a look?
I was worried that there might have been
strap this on there and have a look.
Yeah.
All right, so come on, here you've got nowhere in this episode, man.
I asked her the other day if she had one of those things, you know, the things the doctors put in your ear to look into the ear, and she said that she didn't, and I said, "Oh, are you allowed to put them elsewhere?" But she didn't have an answer for that. I think one of the weirdest scenes here as well is when Bob, Jem, and Huey.
It's hard to go from a strap-on joke to a thermometer joke.
That's not a thermometer.
Oh, jeez.
Do you know what you can look in with it?
All right, okay.
Do you know what I'm saying?
That's great, yeah. You get all the points.
What?
Come on.
Oh, come on. And lighten up.
You lighten up.
That's what I tell her. But that's about it.
Quickly move on.
Bob, Jim, and Huey are they're setting up for the wedding. And did you spot this bit where they talk about how Jim knew how Bob had lost his virginity?
No.
Remember this? He goes, Bob lost his innocence it was like the Greenview Cinema. And then he go, "Oh, yes." And he goes, "It was Julie Dwyer." And then he goes, "Oh,
in a cinema."
Yeah, and he said, "Oh, it was halfway through." Or they said that he lost his innocence.
One of the big shifting grounds in my hometown was behind the cinema.
Even
after it closed down, and it was much harder to get back there.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I'll be honest. I never shifted anyone behind that cinema.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only in front.
Never shifted anyone around there.
You drew. You told me before that you drew lips on your pillow, and then you practiced giving yourself blowjobs with it.
Well, I told you that, but that never happened.
That never happened.
No, I used to put a T-shirt in between the two mattresses. But go on, carry on.
So what movie do you think he was deflowered halfway through by Julie Dwyer?
Bob.
Yeah.
What age is Bob? Like, is he 60s?
Say, yeah, go with that. I don't know, 50s, 60s.
So, like, we're going back to 1960s movies.
Yeah, well,
I couldn't name a single movie that came out in the 1960s.
Come on, give a good shot.
I'd say, honest to God, Gone with the Wind. That's probably what he lost it to.
No, it was Planet of the Apes.
No way.
Yeah, that's what they say, and he says, "I still don't know how it ends."
What an odd thing to say. Like.
Yeah, that's quite a funny line.
Would you have sex in a cinema?
That's quite a funny line, isn't it?
A friend of mine got his hand trapped in his now actual girlfriend who's going up with probably.
He got it trapped in his girlfriend?
In her bra.
Oh.
He tried to.
I thought it was just in her.
He tried to go for an old feel under the bra with his left hand as she was on his left, but by also sitting straight up and staring at the screen, and then his hand got kind of caught under her bra and stuck.
Wow, that sounds pretty horrific.
Pretty sexy.
My friend used to work in the cinema in Mahon Point in Cork, and he said that they actually have special technology in the cameras so that it's like they can see in the dark. They're like,
really?
What? They're like infrared cameras or something like that. So he said that if you do anything in there, it's unbelievably clear on the camera. And he said that once a week they'd catch somebody either having sex or...
I bet you he doesn't alert them straight away, though, does he? Gives it about a minute.
Yeah, it gives them a minute and a half.
Yeah.
And then he wipes himself down.
Why? There's no need for the second bit in these jokes, like. All right, so that's the end of episode 2.
Oh, I need to say one more thing about episode 2, though.
But it's gone, like.
Well, can I
Go
just
on,
say?
yeah. I'm sure they're waiting for it.
Orla messed up the flyer she was handing out.
Oh, that is actually hilarious.
Yeah, and so it's supposed to say win a free car service, but instead it just says win a free car. And as a result, somebody points out. Now, I would go even further with this. Somebody pointed out it doesn't say a new car. So they decided to do up this crappy old Micra and they're going to give that away. But they could have just given away a free Scalextrics or like a tiny car.
Yeah, but it would have been bad for business though. So they're opening up the new garage just to fill you in.
Yeah.
Because we said this half an hour ago. But opening up a new garage, and she puts down accidentally on it, instead of a new car or a car service, you're going to win a car. But I think if you come along to that, you're going to be fairly annoyed. Like, it's not going to be good for business if you're not giving away a car.
They also say that they're going to get a celebrity guest. So, do you remember that?
I haven't seen episode 4. Does it happen in episode 4?
Oh man, you're gonna.
Oh, I can't wait.
You must focus me on episode 4.
I can't wait.
Will I go down to Cliffs of Moher? Where are I now?
Cliffs of Moher.
What am I doing now?
You're going up to the right hand side, up to that little kind of towery thing.
The right hand side.
Yeah, up to the tower place. You're on the right side of things. Up in the far right, actually. You're a far right up in Cliffs of Moher, and you just read up the description.
Okay. Sharon and Carol share an unexpected meal. It's showdown time for Melanie and Jane. What could it be?
I'll have sausages. Well, you're having dynamite. Oh
no. Wayne's mood rises. Jim's gift threatens to derail the wedding. What's the weirdest dinner you've ever had? Or like, what's the most surprising dinner you've ever had?
Surprising dinner?
Yeah.
I had pasta that was cooked for so long that it resembled some sort of block of glue. That was actually,
did you do that?
No, that was cooked by the same guy that I went to the wedding there 2 weeks ago, or a week ago. The weirdest thing I've eaten are just like...
The most surprising dinner? They said that they have a surprise dinner together. What?
Most surprising dinner? I had ostrich once.
Oh.
Unfortunately, it didn't really taste like anything other than, unfortunately, chicken.
Oh.
So wasn't really up for that.
Okay.
The most surprising dinner I ever had was I accidentally got blue steak in France when I was quite young.
Oh.
And it actually gave me a bit of a taste for raw meat. Go on to the next one. Nah, forget about that. Doesn't matter. Actually, it's weird. It's just a thing. Go on. Keep going.
What? It's your episode.
What? Oh, it's my episode. Oh, that's weird.
Were you trying to trick me into...
They put the lotion in the basket. Right, so it's scene 1. We're in Renee's. Bob Bro is driving them in style to the wedding. He's got them, what kind of car?
They keep saying a jalopy.
But it's not a jalopy.
No, it's like a Ford, I don't know.
Focus.
Old Ford. Yeah, it's the Ford Focus that's been fitted with a crankshaft.
Yeah. No need for it.
Do you know what a jalopy is?
No idea.
It's like, I think they all keep saying the term jalopy, but I think that's Mickey Mouse's really old car.
So let's have a look. Jalopy. I'll spell it wrong. I spelled it jalopy.
Doesn't jalopy...
Oh God, I didn't even spell it near.
Jalopy, I think it's spelled with a G. Jalopy...
An old car in a dilapidated condition. So technically they are.
There we go. Okay, well that's not too bad.
So I think that's what they were referring to.
Do you think that jalopy, to me, I knew what it meant, and I so as a result I thought that's fine. But
what does that mean?
Well, no, but
what the fuck does that mean?
I think if you didn't know what
you said it wasn't a jalopy.
No. I thought it was meant to be a jalopy. I always associate with Mickey Mouse's old car. If you type in jalopy Mickey Mouse, you'll see what type of car I thought it was going to be.
All right, jalopy. It's kind of like an old, if you imagined like old mafia guys in 1920 Chicago getting out of.
So that's what I thought it would be like. But
it's more like the fucking child snatcher's car in, I was going to say Caddyshack. He's not in that.
What I was going to say there before Denis rudely interrupted me is that I thought that jalopy seemed like it was an inappropriate term.
For like an Italian man.
Yeah, if you didn't know what it was, you'd think it was some sort of slur against Italian people.
Well, Goofy has a car.
What's Goofy's car?
But that's also called a jalopy. Goofy's car is it's I can't describe what the hell that is. It's like a tractor and
good stuff. Here, listen.
A mutant tractor.
Okay, will you get back onto your episode?
You fucking tore me out of that. Tore the whole off me.
Go on.
All right, so just basically at the start of that, they're all having a big sexual laugh. Bob has seen Renee naked. Gas. Scene 2, we're in station. It's Robbie and Carol. Carol wants to...
They have seen each other naked because they're married or going out in real life.
Oh, that's true. Carol wants to mend bridges with Sharon. Robbie is not happy about making up with the Collinses, as I could understand, since he did the dirt on Haley. And why would you want to be friends with the family after doing that, or vice versa?
Have you ever been friends with an ex's family?
No. Have you?
No.
You couldn't even remember all the fucking exes you had, I'd say, yeah?
Yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts.
Exes parade.
What? An exes parade?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I would say conservatively 500 exes.
500 X's.
500
Christ,
X's,
man.
yeah.
I've never been. I've barely been friends with my exes. Do you know what I mean? Like
You weren't even friends with most of them when you were going out with them.
No, I was not. Scene 3, we're in the station. Carol offers them a Bucks Fizz. You know what a Bucks Fizz is?
Is that like champagne mixed with orange juice? Or
Sure
something?
is. 2 parts champagne, 1 part orange juice, and it's also a terrible blend.
I'd say, can I have a Bucks Fizz? Hold the champagne, please.
I'm getting really hungry, like unbelievably hungry. Scene 4, we're in Jane's.
Eric, like Jakes.
Alex is practicing guitar, but his vocalizing, as I mentioned earlier on, is disturbing Jane. Where else do we go after this? Scene 6, we're in Wayne's Wheels. This is the worst scene that has ever been in Fair City.
Hang on now.
Since we watched it.
Are you
26
serious?
episodes. This is the worst, most
This one.
shoehorned scene I've ever
This is the
come
one.
across. And one of the sneakiest tinfoil conspiracies that you'll ever come across. Right?
Okay, go
Here
on.
we go.
I'm ready for this.
Scene 6, we're in Wayne's Wheels, right? Wayne's Wheels is just a garage, right? There's 2 other lads in there. I think it might be Doug and Ray. Are they in the scene? I can't remember.
I think so, yeah.
2 other lads and Wayne, right? A guard, right, walks in off the street, right, for no reason. We haven't seen this guard, right? He walks in and he goes, "Here, lads, there's been a lot of money laundering done through used cars and all this kind of crack. I want you to keep an eye out." Right?
Uh-huh.
We've never spoken to this guy ever before. And then Wayne goes, "Here, any chance that a couple of you boyos could be bouncers, because we've got Imelda May coming later to open up the garage." Right? And then the guard is like, "No way, man. We're not doing nixers," which is one of their favorite words, which means odd job for payment off the books.
Yeah.
And then the guard goes with like full blown shot of his shining uniform, and he goes, "Do you see this uniform? I'm not for sale." This is a fucking
Jesus.
This is a PR move by the fucking guards.
That's fucking...
in conjunction. Allegedly, this is allegedly a PR move
Allegedly.
with the guards after all the breathalyzing scandals, the Morris McCabe stuff, all of this stuff. This is like fucking propaganda on the telly.
Can I add to your conspiracy?
Go on, yeah.
Because you were like, oh, there's lots of it's complete propaganda. The character that we've been set up to hate for the last few weeks, Jim, Bob's brother, absolute twat.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's the character is supposed to be a twat, a kind of pretentious, uppity twat, who's disappointed that his son is coming back from Syria. He drives Renee to the wedding in this jalopy and gets pulled over by the guards. And then when he's brought in for interrogation, they said, "Oh, your breathalyzer is actually clean." And he says, yeah, along with millions of others. So like referencing that scandal.
Yeah,
But he's the villain.
Yeah.
So,
but the thing what you'd do with that as well, like, is that that's how you'd get it under the radar.
Yeah.
You know, like, oh well, you know, this isn't an ad for how great the guards are and reinforcing how great the guards are. I'm not saying that they're bad, like that all of them are bad, but like this is in something that we're paying for a TV license.
This is
all allegedly, by the way.
Out of all of the product placements I'd ever expected to be in Fair City, I didn't think the Gardaí...
This couldn't have been more obvious. Like, you know what? Take me to jail if I'm wrong. Honest to God.
And can I say one other conspiracy?
Go on.
In Wayne's Wheels, it's a normal, garage, like when they're actually down in the pit and they're working on cars and stuff. Normal garage, but just in the background on a shelf, constantly in Wayne's Wheels, is one sole box of unopened Lion's tea.
Just there,
yeah. You'd never be making... There's no tea-making facilities in the garage.
We just fucking mentioned them, no?
Fuck's and Lions, let me say, Lions...
It's actually Lions. It's a lion. It's a rawr lion. So it's different.
Yeah. But I'm sure it's just as bad.
Scene 7, we're in the Hungry Pig.
The new Hungry Pig.
The new Hungry Pig. It's got cool music. It's got mustard colouring. And it's pretty cool. Anto dropped over Jack's Scalextric set. Mm-hmm. That's it.
Wow.
Scene 8. We're in the street, right? I've written down here, I'm off Roger, I'm fucking off, fuck this whole thing.
Yeah.
Right? Because I wanted to get my feelings of this
Your
scene.
rage, yeah.
The guard's walking along and he has his phone and he's talking to some other guard or something, and he goes, "What registration? 1929? And then in comes this jalopy and rolls around, and the guard goes, "You're not going to believe this," on the phone. Then the guard chases after this really slow moving car, pretends to fall over, and then he's like, "Get out, guys," you know. So then you're like, oh my God, is she going to make the wedding?
Ooh.
But we know from watching Fair City that nothing ever happens.
Yep.
So yes, she is going to make the wedding.
Well,
there was never a doubt that she was never going to make the wedding.
Can I tell you something interesting? I didn't see that scene because the new RT player, which is a piece of shit, and I have no issue saying that, the old one was much better. It stopped It made me rewatch adverts 4 times in a row.
Yeah, I'd do the same.
Yeah, and then eventually when it started again, it had gone on like 4 minutes. And the adverts they make you watch, they only have about 4 adverts. And the first few times you watch them, you might have gotten influenced by them. But by this stage, I now just have negative associations with all those products.
I don't take any notice from, but I do need to get health insurance, and I'm going to switch phone provider as well. But that's got nothing to do with the ads.
Okay.
So this car was stolen.
Yeah.
Right? And then I just noted here, so you can follow my train of thought.
It wasn't, though, of course.
I bet it fucking wasn't.
Yeah.
Of course it wasn't.
Yeah. Do you remember the name of the man that supposedly owns the car?
Oh, something Tome.
Magnus Tone.
Magnus Tome. There's the stupidest scene in a minute as
Yeah.
well. So anyway, right, this guard now is playing a pivotal role in today's proceedings.
Mm-hmm.
We have never met this fucking guard before.
Yeah.
Ever.
And by the end of it, by the end of the episode,
He's at the wedding.
yeah.
Scene 9, right? The guard is taking the car,
This
right?
is
And
ridiculous.
then Renee goes, just wait until Joe Duffy hears about this.
Jesus Christ. Could they be any more blatant? Have you ever rang into Joe Duffy?
No, I haven't.
I-
I wouldn't mind it though.
I almost ran in with a I almost rang in with a
A
joke.
real name.
No. Well, I probably would have not thought of a fake name, but I almost rang in with a when I was in college with a fake incident.
A fake incident.
Yeah.
Lying.
Yeah, about being stuck in a portable toilet as it was being taken away.
Brilliant. Scene 10, we're in the community centre. The wedding's on there. And it is just one thing to note in this. When the Collinses and Carol and Robbie are sitting around the table, they can't fill the full circle wedding table because they need to leave room for the camera shot.
So they're
So there's-
implausibly tight, aren't
Yeah,
they? Yeah.
so they're
yeah.
all shoved together. But what are you going to do about that? Nothing. All right, so where I just want to go to the Garda station. Oh, yeah. So we're in scene 13, we're in the Garda station. And to be honest, right, I actually started taking like less notes because I was so annoyed. But the guard is there, right, sitting in the interrogation room with them. And he may as well be a cartoon character.
Oh, he's ridiculous.
It's just the silliest character.
He's
in
a
the
joke,
world.
like, yeah.
At one point, he starts going, "Was it Magnus Tome?" Is the
Yeah.
He goes, "Magnus Tome. That's a weird sounding name." And then he looks up at the corner of like the room and goes, "Magnus Tome, Magnus
Yeah.
Tome."
I liked Jim's retort. This is the only time I liked Jim when he had kind of a dislike for authority. Where I liked Jim's little retort where he goes, "I didn't christen the guy," but it was like that's a line you'd have in a 1950s gangster movie.
Yeah, some sort of fucking noir fucking.
Yeah,
thing,
yeah.
right?
I didn't christen the guy.
Oh, your man, like, and what was worse was this guard, right? They were waiting for this Magnus guy to call or to someone to fucking call and clear up that the car wasn't robbed.
Yeah.
Your man was just sitting there,
Yeah.
sitting in the interrogation room with them,
There,
and still not letting Renee go.
there's another great bit where Joe and Bob comes to pick up Renee
Oh,
because
he
they
just-
need exposition. They stay in the interrogation room for
Yeah.
about 20 minutes.
Bob comes in and to collect her after they get through that she's in the prison, and then your man, right, who hasn't received any information since waiting there,
Yeah.
goes, well, he opens up the folder and then he goes, yeah, well, we did get a call from this guy or whatever,
Yeah.
and we'll sort it out tomorrow.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I know.
So he had the information already.
And then what they do is they go to the wedding. The guard comes to the wedding. The guard comes over and asks Heather to dance with him, but he doesn't actually. He just stands behind her, like, do you want to dance?
I guess that's how you ask people to dance. I don't know.
Yeah.
Scene 14, we're in Jane's, which is the only one I want to mention before
Okay,
my
okay.
turn is over. Melanie is wishing her Azerbaijani. Is that a?
Yeah.
I don't
No, they're Armenian, you see.
Oh,
So
sorry.
you can't say-
Armenian. Oh, well.
You are Jane.
I'm just racist.
You're Jane.
Well, you're going to love this, right?
Yeah.
So, Melanie is wishing her Armenian mother a happy new year,
Yeah.
and so is Alex, right? So they
Yeah.
exchange some Armenian, and it's kind of a cool scene. And then Jane comes in and basically asks, like, "Oh, are you wishing him a happy new year or something like that?" Yeah. Is that
Or
correct?
they say to Jane, "Oh, our
Oh yeah,
mom
she
just
says,
said."
"Is it the same time of is the same time of year for your New Year's?"
Yeah, yeah.
Right, and they look at her as if she's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But correct me if I'm wrong, but there are different New Years.
Yeah. No. You see, in this one, I thought, yes, there are different New Years in some cultures and stuff.
Yeah,
But,
so there are different
Yeah,
New Years.
but I think that you'd kind of just guess, unless told otherwise, that most European...
Wait, she didn't ask aggressively. She just said
Yeah,
they're different.
but
It's the same New Year's, and she got murdered.
Well, but this is also on the back of her, in an earlier scene, Jane said, "Why are you even playing guitar?" to Alex. Shouldn't you be doing hip-hop or something like that?
Okay, I missed
Do you remember that? Oh, you missed that scene.
I didn't see that bit.
So yeah, so he's like, he goes, "Where do you think?" He actually has a really good line. He goes, "Where do you think Armenia is? Turn left to Compton."
That hip hop, it's destroyed everything I was saying. But that hip hop line, even as building that for a character in a show, is quite dodgy.
Oh, it is, yeah. But no, I have to say that's one of the few scenes in Fair City in a long, long time that I've thought, wow, like Melanie, Jane, and Alex actually play it very competently and well.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Of course it is. Yeah, the fucking one scene that I fucking fluff up is brilliant.
Yeah. I have to say,
you're the guard.
the dynamics in it were.
Shut.
They were just.
I swear to God,
they were par excellence.
You can almost smell agreement from a mile away. You're just like, oh, the listeners are on my side.
If you'd like more of these opinions, you can follow me on Twitter at Roger O'Sullivan.
Almighty. I know a good few causes that I support that you all support too. All right, so that's the end of episode 3.
Woo!
I have no more talking to do, so it's all up to you.
Yes.
Hope you enjoy a half an hour of, 15
Half
minutes.
an hour, mate.
15 minutes
But-
of old Rover over here. Rover O'Sullivan, as he has now changed his name.
I
I
told you that
cool.
told you that in confidence. It's actually just Rovero.
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 Is it Rovero?
Yeah, it's Rovero. It's there's a hyphen there, but you pronounce it
When you
all
put in
as
the
one.
Rovero, kind of sounds robotic.
Hey, Rovero. It's Rovero here, guys.
Oh, is it Rovero or Rovero?
It's Rovero.
Oh, like there's a full swing through it.
Yeah.
Rovero.
Rovero. And I'm just vaping. I'm just have a. I just blew a few vape rings,
Few vapes.
few vape rolls there, and Denis is just cleaning my heelys because I plan to heely into the city once we're done here. And
why am I cleaning them?
you're cleaning them because you're an old man and I'm a hip young guy.
You're in your hole, a hip young
I
guy.
am. I'm very hip.
You're not.
I'm really hip.
What? Who's your favorite band?
My favorite band.
Band, no, not singer.
Band, yeah.
Yeah.
Drake.
Drake.
Yeah.
Oh, poor old Drake. He's in a bit of trouble.
What?
Did you not see that video? No.
No.
Drake on stage. I think it was about 9
The
years
whole
ago.
band.
Yeah, the whole band of Drake. It's just the lead singer who's also called Drake.
Okay.
He's on stage with his band, and he brings a girl on stage, and he does this really weird dance, and then starts kissing her. Asks her age, finds out she's underage, and continues to kiss her.
Can I just retract my?
But who's your favorite band?
Yeah.
Oh, Drake. That's weird.
No, it's not. It's
No, it's Drake, man. It's Drake.
No.
All right, so episode 4.
Episode 4.
You're up on the Cliffs of Moher.
I'm just about to.
You're up on the Cliffs of Moher. You're just listening to your favorite album from Drake, and
I'm listening to that Drake song.
and you're watching the video, and you're going, I love Drake, and you
Not so much his music,
you
just
read
his opinions.
you read you read out the description.
Renee senses Farah might be having second thoughts and decides to save her from herself. I copy these exactly off of the RT website, so I corrected that while speaking. It actually says save her from herself.
Maybe there's something we're missing.
Yeah, and Wayne and Orla, or maybe it's like Animorphs. Wayne and Orla panic when their launch plan hits a snag. Did you ever watch Animorphs?
No.
Did you ever? Do you know they were basically like humans who could transform into animals, and they were evil ones as well. But actually, shout out to Zootropolis, which I watched over the Christmas period. Brilliant movie, really liked it.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it really?
No, it really is. Yeah, there's a good few lines in it. Do you know what? And it's actually really about inclusiveness as well. But Denis wouldn't be so big on that.
Is there kind of a young cast in that? Is that why you like? No, go on, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, you're saying I'm racist, so I may as well throw some mud back at you.
Oh, come on.
Here, I'll lighten things up there. You
Go
know,
on.
the last episode, Renee and Bob got married, and he was singing. I think he was, or no, he wasn't singing that.
We never talked about the unexpected dinner. Say
okay.
this, and then we'll talk about the unexpected dinner.
What's the unexpected dinner?
Dinner.
Sharon throws some dinner in,
Yeah.
in Carol's chest area,
Yeah.
and she shoves cake in Sharon's face, and then Sharon takes it exceptionally well.
Yeah. She
Yeah.
starts laughing like.
Yeah, which I actually thought was a great way to take it.
Yeah.
While you're laughing.
Food fight.
But they're playing the song that they're playing as they walk up the aisle / community centre tiles. Not there's anything wrong with it. But is Prince's song "Most Beautiful Girl in the World"?
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
right. But I'm just reading here now. I'm not going to pretend that get out, go away, you little rat, go behind your little garden hole. But there's a long running copyright dispute over this song, and it's supposedly Prince plagiarized it.
You're joking me.
And it's given credit to someone else in Italy.
Old Princey boy.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I bet that's how they could get away with singing it. Because of the rights dispute. I bet that they knew they wouldn't get caught for it. Myself and Denis the other day were trying to work out. We asked our legal advisor how much music, popular music now, like stuff to be on the radio, how much of that could we play on a podcast if we wanted to and get away with it? And what was the amount that we were told again? Wasn't it a teeny tiny bit?
I don't know.
We could play a teeny tiny bit of a song and we'd get away with it.
Oh yeah, teeny tiny bit. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's illegal. That's illegal.
That's a legal term, yeah. A teeny tiny bit of a song. So scene 1 here anyway. Orla breaks the news to Wayne that I love this bit and you haven't seen this episode.
No, I haven't seen
Okay,
it.
Orla tells Wayne, she comes out frustrated and she goes, oh God, like this is going to ruin the this is going to ruin the whole thing now. The launch party, because our guest star has cancelled.
Oh, that's weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the thing that was built up and nothing happens.
But this is a good turn though. Wayne goes, "What? Imelda May is cancelled on us," and he goes, "But what, Imelda? But who's going to do my jingle?" Because he had made up a jingle that she was going to sing for him earlier.
Right.
And Orla looks at him like he's gone mad, and she goes, "What? Who?" And he goes, "Imelda May. You said that we may have a guest star. You were hinting that it was Imelda May." And she said, no, it wasn't. And then she says it was like Binny Parsnips or like some bullshit name. Yeah. She said, oh, is this guy like...
Ronan Collins.
Oh.
Show band.
Yeah. No, she said, let's just say it is Binny. You're hoping he's not dead.
Yeah.
That's why... that was who it was, and that's why they cancelled. But Binny Parsnips...
No, still alive, 66.
Whoever this guy was, it turns out that he had been on kids' TV in the 1980s, and she was going to get... He was a nobody anyway. And then they just decide that they're going to do something to cover it up. But like, what?
So can you just skip ahead here? I hope I'm not assassinating Dolores here, if you know what that term means.
Yeah.
No one turns up.
You're wrong.
It's a surprise guest.
They have a surprise guest.
Is it Imelda May?
The surprise guest at the eventual launch. And I'm just jumping ahead to for a little.
Is it Anto?
No, it's O Stig, and it's which character you think it is dressed as Stig?
What?
Yeah, it's O Stig. It's an Irish version of Stig, the Top Gear driver.
I'm sorry. I need to lie down.
You need to.
Oh, Stig.
Oh, it's, Eric, could you get a cold compress there
Pete?
for Denis? I don't know what a cold compress is, but
Is it
no,
Pete?
because I first thought it was Pete, but then I looked around and Pete is actually in the scene.
Huey.
No,
Lee.
no, you're missing.
Paul Brennan.
No, oh God, no, he's in hospital. Who? Go on, one more guess.
Wayne himself.
No, it's Ray. It's Ray. Yeah, it's Ray dressed as O Stig, and everyone's laughing at him, and everyone's making a bit of a joke about it. And then during the raffle, they raffle off the car. He pulls off the Dennis just removed a tiny piece of lint from my face.
No, I did not.
As if he was my
It was
lover.
his lower back. There's a big difference.
But he that's what he claims was there. It turns out that, can you believe it? He takes off his helmet to read who wins the raffle later in the episode, and it's only bloody Ray under the costume. And
we knew it was Ray. You just said it.
But who? I assassinated Dolores, sorry, didn't I? Who won the car?
Oh, Ray.
No,
Melanie.
no, Erica. Erica won the car. And Erica, I think this is a load of shit, right? I think if a character is mentioned in a scene, they should be allowed to be in that scene. She's not in that scene. Instead, Doug goes, "Oh, I'll tell her that I bought her ticket."
That is a load of shit.
Yeah. And Dolores, they're fucking stealing work from an actor. And Dolores then says,
Here, you know what, man? If that was, I bet you if that was in America, with
you'd get
the
done for it,
Actors
probably.
Guild, you wouldn't be able to do it.
yeah. And then Dolores says, "Oh, you'll be in her good books about so maybe the romance that was settled prior about
What,
Doug,
so
Dara, and Erica."
all you have to do to get with the old women's is tell them they won something.
No. Dennis, no. You also they have to have actually won something.
Oh,
Yes,
right.
that's
Okay,
where you went wrong.
I don't know. It's kind of the same. I
Yeah.
saw a picture of a guy who went to some, I don't know, it was in the UK or America, but he went to the lottery place to get his winnings from his scratch card, and it was $1. And he made them give him a big check and sign it and took a picture with it.
That's genius. I have to say now that there is that this does add a bit of credence to Dennis's theory that nothing ever happens in Fair City and it just goes around and around again. Oh, something I will say about the last episode that did make me think of, Fair City is quite like real life. Was Wayne was so excited about the launch for a little bit, and then just when he had decided, we'll do up the car and it'll be a good publicity stunt and raffle it off. When it turned out that like they were going to have trouble with the car and that the guest star couldn't make it and stuff like that, they started to feel like shit again about the launch. And I thought that's quite like real life, that you can swing from being so enthused about something to being so fucking absolutely have no interest in it straight away.
But is that real life, or is it, what's your name again? Rovero's?
Rovero's.
Or is it Rovero's real life?
It's Rovero's.
Oh, it's Rovero's.
Yeah. No, like, even sometimes there, I'd actually, believe it or not, I'd actually be excited to meet.
You would not.
I'd be excited
Excited about what?
to meet up with Dennis.
Excited about being depressed.
No, I'd be excited to meet up with Dennis And then about 2 hours down the line, I go, what was I ever thinking with this? Few interesting things. Oh yeah, this adds credence to the kind of
Just want to point out as well, right? You should see Raj in the studio, but he is laid back like a cool dude.
Yeah, this is Rovero.
Cool dude.
This is Rovero. Oh, talking to all those ladies out there in podcast.
I see you're using the old Brill Cream wet look now as well.
Yeah, and I don't want to mention it, but the upstairs curtains match the downstairs curtains.
Nice.
If you catch my
It
drift.
must be horribly uncomfortable for them.
It is, but
I admire it.
you know what? It looks like a rat that's just popped out of a drain.
Are you wearing a seashell necklace?
Yeah.
Nice.
And what's that in the middle?
Shark tooth?
Shark tooth.
Oh,
this
nice.
boy knows it. Yeah. So Carol basically says to Robbie, after she's exploded both their personal
Sorry
lives.
to interrupt, but that would be the best Halloween costume. Going as Roger, aka Rovero, to Halloween. You wear a Slazenger G-string thong with spice up your life in it. A crop top with pump up your jams. Pants as well, just if you need it. That says juicy, and then arse written in a black marker.
Yeah.
Seashell, chain, wet look, hair, and pubes, and you're set to go.
Can I let you in on a secret?
You could actually style the pubes like flat out from the G-string.
That's what I was picturing it. Can I let you in on a secret?
Yeah.
That's how.
How could there be a secret involved in any of that?
That's how I get Dr. Squeeze to dress on my birthday.
Shouldn't be saying those things.
But so Carol, after exploding all of her life, Carol and Robbie.
Do you know what as well though? We really alienate potential audiences by saying things like
with that.
Yeah, because Dr. Squeeze can't recommend us to anyone now.
Well, that's true. I actually hadn't thought of that. But do you really want Dr. Squeeze's friends listening to this? Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Carol, after exploding herself and Robbie's personal lives, like just completely just setting a bomb off in them, she says to Robbie, I don't really know if it is going to work out between us. And Robbie's like, what do you mean? She goes, it has to be better than it used to be. It can't just be the same
So
again.
what? It's not happening?
Well, she's saying...
After all they went through?
Yeah, she's saying it is currently happening, but if he doesn't make an effort to make it better, it's not going to keep...
I love it.
So
God.
what do you think his effort is by the end of the episode?
Dinner.
No.
A trip away.
No, he finds their old wedding album and he gives it to her and he says, happiest day of my life, still marrying you.
He fishes out a fucking photo album that they already know exists.
Yeah, pretty much it.
So I know. All right, so to get the woman, you tell her she won money or something, or a car. And then to keep her, you get photos
Photoshop
that you already know that you have.
Yeah. Yep.
That's pretty... fucking man, I could have done with that.
We could get you a girlfriend by the end of the year.
Don't need one, mate. Don't need one.
Yeah.
Too happy watching Terminators and stuff.
Yeah, I bet you are.
Yeah.
You look really, really happy.
I can eat as many slices of cheese as I want.
You look happy.
Yeah, I do. I am happy.
Can
you not hear me smiling?
Dennis is so happy that when he turned up to the studio today, not in pajamas, I applauded.
Yeah, so?
I was
I just don't understand why you have to wear full blown clothes.
That's pretty impressed.
When I know where I'm going.
So here we go, right? A few. It's because Eric filed that order against you. So a few things going on here. Just cap up the episode. One, Tessa.
Cap it up. You're gonna cap it up. Yeah?
I will cap it up.
Cap it up.
Tessa overhears Mondo chatting to Melanie, and Melanie saying about how living with Jane's a nightmare. Tessa says, "Guess what? I'll let you in my apartment that I've now been meaning to sell 2 times in a row, but I've not sold it because of plot points." Because it's necessary in plot points. She says she'll let her rent their short term for €900.
Oh wait, I thought they were moving out.
They are moving out. They were going to move out to Mondo's. Now Tessa sweeps in and says they can actually move into hers for €900 a month. No lease, short term, perfect for what Melanie needs it for. And so Mondo comes and tells Melanie in front of Jane, who, by the way, Jane has just mocked Alex for being homeless. She says, "You're pretty lippy for a boy who's homeless." And then he tells Melanie that she can that he'll loan her the money for the deposit up front. Melanie decides to take it, and Jane says, "You know what, Melanie? In my experience, a man has never has never offered to pay for anything without having an ulterior motive." And Melanie quips straight back at Jane, and she says, "You know what, Jane? I'd believe that about you." It's basically calling Jane a prostitute.
Brilliant.
And
there's you're just talking about people being renting out and landlords and all the rest of it. Here's a feel good story. There's a senator, won't name him, but he says on RTE, he says that people shouldn't regulate Airbnb as the ordinary Joe soap uses it to make ends meet.
Oh, brilliant.
Turns out, same senator is secretly renting out multiple houses on Airbnb.
Yay!
Great.
What a lovely, lovely prick. Last thing I want to say is, by the way, Renee, who's been having a bit of a fight with her daughter Farah because Farah's moving to Syria.
Did she move?
They hug. Renee starts crying. Farah leaves for Syria.
But did you see her getting a plane?
Yeah.
No, you didn't.
We see her getting a plane, and guess what? It's shot down.
We can't end on that, Roger. It's not shot down.
No, it's
Because
not.
plane terrorism isn't funny.
No, it's not funny at all.
All right, so that's all the 4 episodes wrapped up for this week. Bye.
Yeah, not too bad.
Are
Not
you
too
still
bad.
going to treat me to a milkshake? Treat.
Do you know what? Considering that you now owe me €1 million,
No, wait, I don't.
you do.
No, I'll give it to you if she actually is gone in the next episode.
Okay.
All right, because we can't clarify whether or not she actually got on the plane.
Okay. Considering you owe me €1 million, you can choose either I'll get the milkshakes or you pay for the milkshakes, and that counts as the €1 million.
You get the milkshakes.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say that.
Deal?
Yeah.
Right,
Deal.
you could be €1 million up by fucking Monday. Right?
Oh yeah.
We have some exciting news coming up for the podcast as well.
That's
that
true,
We can't
that's
really
true.
get into at the moment. Oh my God, lads, my arse is still broken from that seatbelt. I swear to God.
Wait, this was recent.
It was at the stag.
Oh,
Fucking seatbelt. Jesus Christ. Like,
that shows you how little
like
I
if I had
listen.
your arse, it'd be grand. Like, it just would have slipped straight in. Like, but this
Oh.
fucking broke me in half. So do you have any gigs coming up this week?
I do. Can you believe it or not? I have a gig.
Who gave you a gig?
Thanks. I have a gig tomorrow, which is yesterday by the time you're listening to this.
Yeah.
And that went well, I imagine. And then tonight, if any of my fans could get right down to the Comedy Cavern, Douglas Street, Cork City, tomorrow for 8:30, show 9, I am in a comedy competition.
Oh my God.
Bingo bango. It's just going to be...
Beginners thing, is it?
No, I think it's kind of more intermediate to pro.
right, okay.
Yeah, I'm the pro. And if you could get down there for support, just really make it seem like I'm very funny, I'd be delighted.
Are they doing an audience vote?
That's a good point. I don't know, but I'd hope yes.
Man, you could nearly get
I could sweep
you
it.
could nearly get 2 or 3 people down there, like, including myself.
Yeah?
Yeah, I can't. I actually can't go. Can't go. I bought these new refill pads, and I just want to see what the kind of writing form is on them.
Oh,
Yeah, so I probably won't be able to make.
that's
Best
like-
of luck, though.
That's
Best of
like
luck.
that last gig that you couldn't go to because you'd bought. Watch the whole things. Inglets again, iglets. You know the things that go on the top of shoelaces. You'd bought a load of them, and you said that you were going to compare the speed of tying laces from your old ones to your new ones.
Well, I'll tell you something about laces, mate. I actually noticed the other day that I have a pair of runners, and the laces are tied differently on each shoe.
What?
Yeah, and I haven't been arsed to fucking tie them the right way.
Do you have any gigs?
Have any gigs? Oh, geez. 1 second, Arnold. Let me think.
Because you were mocking me there.
I was only missing